Hey there, fellow learners. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of effective study habits and strategies. Today, we've got something special lined up for you, a journey through the complexities of stress management, task prioritization, study session reflection, adapting to new content, and achieving that elusive balance between studying and living. Before we begin, let's go over the instructions to ensure a smooth and accurate assessment. First and foremost, find a quiet space where you can concentrate without distractions. Clear your mind and prepare to engage fully in the assessment process. Next, grab a pen and paper, ensuring they're readily available for jotting down your answers. Your scoreboard, displayed next to you, will serve as your canvas for recording your responses. Now, as we navigate through each question, I urge you to answer honestly and to the best of your ability. Remember, this assessment is a tool to help you gain insight into your study habits. Finally, once you've completed the quiz, refer to the scoring guide provided to calculate your score. Your score will provide valuable feedback, guiding you towards areas of strength and areas for improvement. Are you ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery? If so, let's dive into the assessment and uncover the study habits that will propel you towards success in academic life. Best of luck, and may your learning journey be filled with growth and achievement. Let's get started. Question 1 prompts reflection on your planning methodology for study sessions. Do you meticulously schedule tasks, maintain a loose structure, or prefer spontaneity? Are you inclined towards option A, detailed scheduling, B, flexible planning, or C, spontaneous study sessions? How often do you review your class notes or study materials? Moving forward, let's delve into your review habits. Do you engage with your notes and materials daily, weekly, or sporadically? Would you identify with A, daily review, B, weekly revisitation, or C, occasional referencing? How do you handle distractions while studying? Distractions can hinder productivity. How do you navigate them? Are you adept at minimizing distractions, or do you find yourself easily pulled away from your studies? Do you adopt strategies for A, minimizing distractions, B, managing occasional diversions, or C, struggling to maintain focus amidst distractions? How do you approach difficult or challenging topics? Confronting challenging topics is a crucial aspect of learning. How do you tackle them? Are you systematic in your approach, or do you tend to avoid such topics? Would you say you are A, methodical in breaking down complex topics, B, inclined to avoid difficulty, or C, prone to discouragement when faced with challenges? How do you assess your understanding of the material before exams? Self-assessment is key to exam preparedness. How do you evaluate your grasp of the material? Do you engage in regular self-quizzing, or do you rely on last-minute cramming? Do you prefer A, frequent self-assessment, B, reliance on review sessions, or C, a reliance on cramming sessions before exams? How often do you take breaks during study sessions? Breaks are essential for maintaining focus. How frequently do you incorporate them into your study sessions? Do you adhere to A, scheduled breaks, B, intermittent breaks, or C, prolonged periods of continuous study? How do you stay motivated to study? Motivation fuels academic endeavors. How do you sustain it? Do you set clear goals and reward milestones, or does external pressure drive your motivation? Would you characterize your approach as A, goal-oriented with incentives, B, reliant on external factors, or C, prone to procrastination and wavering motivation? How do you handle procrastination? Procrastination can impede progress. How do you combat it? Do you employ structured techniques, or do you find yourself succumbing to procrastination? Do you utilize strategies such as A. Time management techniques, B. Occasional procrastination with eventual completion, or C. Habitual procrastination? How do you track your progress in your studies? Progress monitoring is vital for growth. How do you keep track of your academic journey? Do you maintain a structured tracking system or do you rely on memory? Are you diligent in A. Tracking progress systematically, B. Relying on memory, or C. Neglecting progress tracking altogether? How do you manage your study environment? When it comes to your study space, do you A. Create a quiet, organized area with few distractions? B. Study wherever you feel comfy, even if it's noisy or messy? Or C. Not really pay attention to your study environment? Your study environment can make a big difference in your focus and productivity. So choose wisely. How do you manage your time when studying for exams? Time management is crucial, particularly during exam periods. How do you allocate your study time? Do you establish dedicated time slots for each subject, or do you study opportunistically? Would you say you are A. Strategic in time allocation, B. Flexible in study timing, or C. Prone to last-minute cramming? How do you engage with the material during study sessions? Engagement fosters deeper understanding. How do you interact with study material? Are you actively involved, or do you maintain a passive approach? Do you actively A. Participate in study sessions, B. Passively review material, or C. Struggle to engage with the content? How do you incorporate practice and repetition into your study routine? Practice reinforces learning. How do you integrate repetition into your study routine? Do you regularly engage in practice exercises, or is repetition a sporadic occurrence? Are you committed to A. Consistent practice and repetition, B. Occasional revisiting of material, or C. Avoiding repetitive study activities? How do you seek help or clarification when you encounter difficulties? Seeking assistance is a sign of strength. How do you approach it? Do you readily seek help, or do you prefer to navigate challenges independently? Do you actively A. Seek help when needed, B. Attempt to resolve difficulties independently, or C. Avoid seeking clarification altogether? How do you manage stress related to studying and academic performance? Let's kick things off with a question we've all grappled with: stress. How do you handle it when the pressure of studying and academic performance starts to weigh you down? Do you A. Take time for relaxation, exercise, and stress-busting activities, B. Power through the stress with sheer determination, or C. Feel overwhelmed to the point where focusing becomes a Herculean task? How do you prioritize your study tasks when you have multiple subjects or assignments? The age-old dilemma of juggling multiple tasks. When you've got a mountain of assignments staring you down, how do you decide what to tackle first? Are you A. Master prioritizer, weighing deadlines, importance, and difficulty level, B. Inclined to go for the low-hanging fruit, or C. Often find yourself drowning in a sea of tasks without a lifeboat in sight? How do you review and reflect on your study sessions after they're completed? Now let's talk about post-study session rituals. Do you take the time to reflect on your learning, or is it on to the next task without a second thought? Do you A. Diligently review your notes, assess your understanding, and pinpoint areas for improvement, B. Swiftly move on to the next task, or C. Rarely look back on your study sessions? How do you adapt your study strategies when facing new or unfamiliar material? When faced with unfamiliar territory, how do you navigate through it? Do you stick to what you know, or are you open to exploring new study techniques? Are you an A, intrepid explorer, researching new strategies, seeking guidance, and experimenting with different approaches? B, steadfast in your familiar methods? Or C, feeling lost and overwhelmed when confronted with something new? How do you maintain a balance between studying and other aspects of your life? And now, the million-dollar question, balance. How do you ensure that your study commitments don't consume your entire life? Do you A, skillfully juggle studying with hobbies, relaxation, and social activities? B, prioritize studying above all else? Or C, find yourself teetering on the edge of imbalance, struggling to find that elusive equilibrium? How often do you take breaks during study sessions? It's crucial to strike the right balance between focused study and rejuvenating breaks. So, let me ask you, do you A, take short breaks every hour to stay refreshed and focused? B, opt for occasional breaks when fatigue or overwhelm sets in? Or C, prefer the relentless pursuit of studying without interruption? Let's calculate your score. For each A response, award yourself 2 points. For each B response, give yourself 1 point, and for each C response, score 0 points. Be honest and let's begin. Pause to tally your points. Ready? Let's calculate your score. Good luck. Now that you've completed the assessment, let's interpret your score. If you scored between 30 and 40 points, congratulations. You exhibit excellent study habits. Scoring 20 to 29 points indicates good habits with room for improvement. A score of 10 to 19 suggests fair habits but significant room for enhancement. Finally, scoring 0 to 9 points signifies poor study habits needing immediate attention. Regardless of your score, remember, it's never too late to improve. Keep striving for excellence.